Niggas can't compete, we getting rich off YouTube beats. Apex rocking out like YouTube, everybody eats. I'm a black diamond, I was made in the heat.
Welcome back to IPA, where we keep it real and raw. I'm with my boy today, Mr. Preston Lake. I'll let him introduce himself to y'all.
I'm Preston Lake. I created Indiana Up Next and then Underground.Raps, and yeah, that's basically it.
Hey, big props to that shit, bro.
Thank you, bro.
That shit. So we could start at where'd you go to school at?
I went to school at Westville High School, real tiny school. Our graduating class was like 60.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's not a lot of people at that school. It's a real small town. It's like kind of in between. It's directly in the middle of Michigan City, LaPorte, and Valpo.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of people don't know about it, but
It's kind of like the same way Lake Station is, to where it's like sandwiched between Portage, Gary, and Hobart.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So what was your home life like? Like, what was it like growing up at your crib?
I grew up out just right outside of Westville, out in the country. Mom and dad, I couldn't ask for better parents, and I had a great support system around me my whole life, and it's really been a blessing to have.
Damn, were you a farm boy?
No, that's one thing. No, I am from Westville, very farmy town, but no, I was not no farm boy.
Okay. I'll let it slide. So tell me about schooling and shit. Like, growing up in Westville, I don't believe there's like a huge influence in the rap scene out there. So like, kind of walk me through what that experience was like and how it kind of led you to what you're doing now.
Yeah, so like it all really started in like 8th grade when my best friend now moved to Westville from Michigan City, and he told me to download SoundCloud, so I downloaded it. Yeah, and we were listening to all these underground artists, and like
what not to cut you off, but I want to ask, what do you remember? What song he was trying to show you?
That's way deep in the memory. I can't even lie. I don't even think I know. But like, we would just look through a bunch of artists, and we would just find a bunch of songs, send them to each other, put them in our likes. Like, I had SoundCloud for years before I even got Apple Music or anything.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like most kids, like, because I went from Hulkshare. You remember that shit? Like, it was like. Because I remember when I was in 6th grade was when the first time they were starting to implement like laptops into our school system and shit. Yeah. So like we would be in this class. It was called Fast Forward, bro. That shit was like, I don't know how the fuck that shit was in the actual curriculum, because I don't think it made anybody. It probably made me stupider, if anything.
Really?
Yes, bro. Like if we used to always just go on to Hulkshare to listen to music while we were also running the program and shit. So that was like the first like music site that I knew about outside of just actual like CDs and shit, So once I think after that was when I kind of got into my SoundCloud wave and shit too. Okay. Like I was listening to, the internet had just dropped at around that time. The internet had dropped their forget what the album name is, but they had just dropped a project. There was this other dude, his name was Houdini. You probably never heard of this man, but he was, bro, back then he was fucking putting on for like the underground scene. Like, he was ahead of his time, but didn't get the love that he should have gotten, truth be told. And then there was another guy, his name was Superboy. He's from out in Chicago and shit. But I was never, the weird part about it was like, I was never the one that would dig on SoundCloud and shit to try to find like the gems in it. It was always my brother who would find the gems, and then he'd send them to me, and I'm like, oh shit, cool.
See, me, I was diving, I was spending hours on SoundCloud just finding new music, because I've always loved music. Like, I guess my dad did show me like some music back when I was in elementary and stuff. And like a song that is like imprinted in my head is like Locked Up by Akon.
Yeah.
He would play that in the car,
bro.
And I would just jam out to that, to be honest.
I was just listening to that shit yesterday. Like that, the way that beat comes in, that shit is.
Akon is really just different. Like, he was so good.
Bro, I mean, the way, like, I don't know if you've ever watched his interview on Vlad, but he talked about how, like, when he had moved to America initially, there were he had gotten caught up and locked up over like some car situation, like about car theft or something, like, and he was involved in into some shit. But he was saying how like he his charges weren't really like that bad, but he used the I guess the image of what it looks like to have those type of charges to fuel his rap career, so it gave him that street credibility, and that's how he started to build his way up into like the music scene.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like bro, I mean, he really like ended up just going crazy after the music though, because then he like gave like power to like I forgot what part of that, like half of Africa or some shit. Like he ended up going stupid. But so like continue on though, my bad. Like so you had started to started digging on SoundCloud because your homie had showed you.
Oh yeah. So I started digging on SoundCloud, and it really just I really just continued to listen to music, and I just love music. Like it was my way of coping with anything that I was upset about or going through in my life, and I would just kind of use it. It's just like it was like therapy, like really. And then I graduated high school. I didn't start the page until I graduated in 2019. Okay. So I started the page right before COVID, like 6 months before COVID. Okay. And I didn't really think much of it. I just was doing it more as like a hobby at first because like I was just going to work and then coming home, and I didn't really have anything I was doing. So I was like, damn, I need something to do, pass free time. And I made it, and now that I kind of see like what it's doing for people and like how people actually like appreciate it, kind of like gives me more drive. It makes me feel good, that I can put on for people. Yeah. So I'm hoping to get to a certain spot where I can help motivate people to chase their dreams, kind of do what they want to do.
No, and I mean like it's funny how like dreams end up like formulating in the way of like a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Like you started it off as something that was like it was just like an innocent thing, like you always love listening to music. You always love just, you know what I'm saying, like digging for certain people, and you were it seems like you've been more attached to the underground than the main stream scene.
For sure.
So like I think it kind of was damn near almost meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? It was only a matter of time.
And like when I actually, it's crazy because I ran it for like a year and like a couple months. Like I had 1,900 followers on Underground.Raps. That's why I originally started. Yeah. And then I just kind of lost all motivation, and I just stopped the page. I made maybe 4 posts in the year 2022. I just decided to pick it back up in January, and I brought my best friend that showed me SoundCloud. I brought him on to Underground.Raps.
Okay.
Shout out to him, man. He is
people on.
Bro, he is the GOAT.
Drop his tag.
His tag on Instagram is Ain't That Quan. All one word, That's my boy. I appreciate him for real. Like he's in charge of like promo and stuff, and that gives me time to edit interviews and just do a bunch of the other heavy stuff. So like, shout out to him, man. He's been great. But yeah, it's kind of how it goes.
So talk about that. Like how is explain the process of like what it's like behind the scenes, what everyone else isn't seeing. Because I know like from the digging to the editing to getting like even like the time frames of getting everything posted in a timely fashion, like kind of go into detail about what that looks like.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot sometimes, like especially running 2 pages, because like at first it was just Underground.Raps, but then like all these Indiana artists, actually Shop by Guapalot gave me an idea. He was like, yo, you could make an Indiana page. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna try it. And I started it, and it was a good idea. I love it. But so like it started off not that busy, not a lot of workload, and then as the page kind of grew more and more, I'd get more artists coming into the DMs wanting promo and stuff. So like really I just looked through inbox for promo when I was doing it by myself, and then I would do Artist of the Week. I would just post whoever I wanted to post. It really wasn't a lot until this year. I really decided to take it serious. Yeah. I got New Music Friday posts where I try to find as many releases that week that I can and drop that on Underground.Raps. Then Artist of the Week. Now I'm editing interviews. I just got into pictures. So I was like, dude, this is a lot. I don't even got time to promo dudes. I was like, come on. I was like, you show me underground music. I was like, come on, come join the team. And then running Indiana Up Next too, it just became a lot. But now Indiana Up Next, and I can kind of manage them both pretty well now, because I'll literally work and then work.
Yeah, it's all it is, bro. It's all it is, shit. Like, I mean, damn. So, like, do you ever do any guys ever come in your DM shitty about not getting posted?
Bro, yes. Like, cause like, dude, I have dudes and they'll be like, yo, fuck with me. I'm like, all right, and I like look at it and I listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is just not good. I'm like, I can't put this out, so I don't. I don't even respond. I don't even, because you can, open message requests.
Yeah,
without,
yeah.
So I did that. I would do that, and they're like, damn, you not fucking with me? They're like, and then they, like, sometimes they spam, sometimes they don't, and sometimes they'll comment and be like, check DM. I'm like, I already did, bro. And, like, that's the thing. I want to be able to give constructive criticism, but people don't take it the right way. Mm-hmm. Like, if everybody could take constructive criticism, there's never a time where you're perfect. There's always something you can learn. There's always something, somehow you can be better. Like, I wish more people understood that. Yeah. Like, I'm still learning every day on how to become better at what I do. And I think everybody should follow that as well. Like,
if the quality of the work is there and people see that your shit is actually, like, undeniably good, it's gonna sell itself. It's gonna move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's not gonna, if your shit isn't like, and I hate the perception that people feel like, people just aren't fucking with them, or like, y'all sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not a good product.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Like,
and like, I'll run into dudes that are actually good lyrics behind it, good flows, good everything. Just their production ain't there. Yeah. So them are the type of dudes I can be like, yo, you have this and this and this going for you. I would just try to get better, like, equipment, because nobody wants to listen to something that's, bless you. Thank you. Nobody's going to listen to something that's hurting their ears because it sounds bad.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think that the goal is to try to progressively become better, whether that's like you having to buy the equipment yourself and learning how to, like, engineer yourself, or you have to spend the money to go to a professional that could engineer you and make the shit just sound like a better product, But it, like I said, it all kind of circles back to the ego and just knowing, like being realistic about, like, your expectations with shit. Because it's not like I could say that I want to be a rapper and I really want to make it as a rapper if I'm not every other day posting or working towards that dream. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible and it's improbable, because you can't expect all of this if you're not willing. I mean, it's, you get what you get,
I agree.
You get what you get.
You really got to, like, put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's hard because sometimes people care what other people think sometimes.
Hey.
And that was me for a while with the page. And I got to a point, I'm like, man, I grew a little bit more, I was like, why? I was like, I need to stop caring what people think. I need to take this seriously. I would never post my page on my main Instagram. But now I do. Yeah. I don't care if you want to unfollow me because I share my page too much. Go right ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, truth be told, it's like, because even with my page, it's like, I know that the vast majority of the people that follow me are people that I met, like, throughout high school and shit. Yeah. It's like a very small amount that are, like, actual music fans. So it's like, I can't, like, I don't care about, like, not to say I don't care about those people. I still have friends that I talk to on the daily from high school, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not doing this for them. I don't really care about their opinion over the matter, because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to put yourself in my shoes and do the shit and show me the right way to do it, then I could care less what you think about my platform, because I know I'm putting everything I got into it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, moving on from that, have you ever wanted to be an artist or anything? Like, do you dabble in the studio at all, or?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I've never really told anybody this, but back when I was in high school, I downloaded, I think it was a guitar or something. GarageBand?
GarageBand?
Yeah, and I tried making a song. I was like, damn, I suck. I was like, because I'm no music expert. I'm not going to lie. I don't got a rapping voice. I don't got none of that. So I was like, let me leave it to them. The dudes who got the voice, the dudes who,
And you just going to play the behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, shit, and there's a lot of money to be made behind the scenes. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, like, there's so much more than being just the artist. It's so much more than just being the rapper, bro. You could be the fucking camera guy. You could be the fucking lighting guy. You could be the ghostwriter, the producer, the exec, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many more functioning parts of what it means to be an artist. And those people make just as good of money. They may not have all the acclaim and all the fame, but what does that really amount to? Most of the people who've been famous for a long time do not like it, you know, and they think that the shit's like a bug, and I can imagine, you know.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it.
So, tell me about the entrepreneurial side of this. Like, how has it been like building relationships with other people kind of along the way, and like how has it helped with you having this page? Like, what kind of relationships or what kind of doors open up for you that may not have been open if you were just like we're not doing what you're doing?
So I would say really just meeting a lot of the artists around here, and you know, them messing with what I'm doing, like they like it, and really just kind of meeting them. And I got to go to a high res fest in Indianapolis, and you know, because of what I was doing, it allowed me to get a backstage pass, and you know, I got an interview with artists, 3VM, and it's really opened a lot more doors recently in the past months because I've been taking it serious, way more serious. But I met a lot of great people through. I mean, I've met a video recorder, Shot by Guap, great guy, you know. All like really just a lot of beat makers and stuff. It's just really cool. I really enjoy it, honestly.
So, like, when everything's said and done, like, where do you kind of want your page to be? Like, where do you see your page? Or, like, what do you plan on doing with your platform? Like, do you want to just kind of keep it as, like, as a promotional thing for artists, upcoming artists? Or do you kind of want to pivot it into something, like, a different lane?
Kind of want to pivot it into more like a brand. I'd still be doing a page and, you know, promo for artists, but I would want to get into interviews, which I'm already into, but I kind of just want to make it like one big thing, like just touching everything, pictures, videos, just whatever I really can. And
kind of like a multimedia business. Yeah,
and I kind of just want to be able to get to a certain point where I can help change someone's life that deserves it, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of my goal, is to be able to post a dude and then them get, you know, a bunch of followers and streams from it. You know, that's kind of like my goal, really.
So essentially kind of almost being like a tastemaker in a sense. Like, I'm the person that, like, all the other big names look at to find who's the next upcoming XYZ, you know?
Yeah.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. And I feel like that could definitely, I mean, it's definitely foreseeable, and it's definitely like highly likely to happen, especially if you continue to, like, not only maintain what you've been doing, but continuing to expand and growing the brand and growing the network. Like, I could see it kind of just falling into place, you know?
Yeah, that's the goal for sure.
So, like, do you travel a lot?
Recently, yes. I never really would, but I've gone to Chicago in the past 3 months, probably 5 or 6 times for different shows to get footage. I went to BK Rula and Doo-Wop Kane one. I went to a Lucky and Eam Triplin concert.
I wanted to go to that.
Dude,
one,
that
bro.
was a good one.
It was fucking crazy.
That was a good one. Yeah, I've really just tried to go anywhere I can. I went to Indy for the first time ever. I think I've been maybe once, but I didn't really explore.
Yeah.
And I went once for that. And I hope to go to, you know, more shows, you know. Just drive. It's not that far.
Yeah.
A couple hour drive.
Yeah. Especially, like, because I feel like Westville is, like, so far out of the way of everything that it's, like, everything's a drive, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
So, like, yeah, I agree with that, for sure.
Damn. How was that Eam and Lucky concert?
Dude, it was fun.
Yeah.
Eam was an okay performer, and Lucky was an okay performer, but Lucky's fans are just crazy.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of people, and, it was crazy. I was trying to get footage. Like, I'm just recording on my phone. I'm short, so I'm trying to, like, get up over these dudes. And I'll just raise my phone all the way up and hope I record something good.
Yeah,
and I look through the footage later. I'm like, and then I'll put, like, Lucky and Eam Triplin shut down Chicago or something like that, you know?
Hey, whatever works.
Stuff like that. So I just try to get footage, really.
Damn, so do you, like, since you've been doing what you've been doing for so long, do you, like, study, like, Instagram and, like, the algorithms and how that shit works?
I try to. I'm still learning it, but It used to be like you post during certain times, it's gonna go crazy for you.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's really random. It doesn't even feel like there is algorithm anymore.
Because from what I've noticed, I know that the reels have been like a really big that's why I've been posting all my shit in reels, because it definitely like I could see the retention on my page and like how many like views I get like when I post it as a reel as opposed to if I post it as a just like a regular post. But like I feel like when it comes to Instagram, bro, I feel like it's kind of so far gone to a sense that like if you're famous, you're famous. If you're not, you're not. Like, you know, like I feel like it would almost work in your benefit to try to get popping on like TikTok, because like that algorithm, I mean,
that's crazy.
You know, shit'll go like you post anything, that shit'll just.
Yeah, TikTok's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We just got on that. We only got like 60 followers, but made like 5 or 6 videos. You know, a couple hundred views, but just gotta make the right content.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's all about like what's being talked about, what's like the kind of like all of it's like mainstream, and you got to be like clickbaity and strategic with the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I realized with when I started editing my footage and shit, is like in order to really make my stuff stand out, I have to take like a way deeper approach of how much I'm investing into this. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't it doesn't all come at once, and it's definitely like a slow grind, but I could tell it's one, like, because I work everything off of Premiere, you know, so I know the more I use that, the faster I'm gonna get with it, the better I'll get with it. But as of like right now, it's just like, you know, the growing pains.
Dude, I figure I just got a computer, and I just actually am on Premiere too.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely a learning process. That's why I edited my first video on. And now I already edited my second video, so I'm getting better and faster with it. But still, you know, it's kind of hard to learn stuff like that at first.
It's definitely like, I mean, YouTube's your best friend in that sense. Like, shit is. Hey, but you want to try to take this shot, bro?
Yeah.
So today we got some bullshit. I forgot I didn't get the IPA, so hey, good luck.
Damn.
Yeah, that mix is decent.
Yeah, the mix really helped that.
Yeah, cause that shit. Like when I used to go to college, we used to get like the cheapest fucking vodka ever, bro. Like we used to get, it was this one brand called Mr. Boston, this other brand called Skull.
Oh, Skull is
Skull
disgusting.
is crazy, bro. That shit used to fucking like that shit does, like when you smell it, it does not smell like something that should be put into a human's body. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit smells like just a chemical. Like just like, yeah, this is gonna.
That stuff's gross.
It's just gonna get me fucked up.
I laid off of that a couple years ago, that kind of stuff. But I'm a big beer drinker for sure.
Yeah. Hey, that's that Westfield shit, bro.
Yeah, for real, dude. All my country friends got me into like Miller Lite and Bush and all that.
Damn. So give me your top 3 classic albums. Like if you're getting ready to go on a road trip, what you?
We talking classic, like.
It doesn't have to be like older albums, but like, what's 3 albums of yours that are always gonna be in like the top? Like,
okay, I gotta really think about this one. This one's a hard question.
Say no dumb shit.
So I'm bad with names of albums, but there's a Drake album. It's the one with him sitting in the. It's the brown background. I'm bad at names. That's why I never remember.
Take Care.
Yes, Take Care. That album's goated. I really don't believe there's a skip on it.
Nah.
Definitely Carter. Let me think. The one with the red cap and gown with the baby.
What is that? The Carter 4?
I think that's 4. So I'm bad with
Carter
names.
4.
I know pictures like crazy, but I'm just bad with names. And then
gotta give some new schools.
Definitely a YoungBoy album. Big YoungBoy fan. Anyone, it don't even matter. Probably 38 Baby though. That's my favorite one.
What was that? What was the white one that he had?
That was a newer one. That was kind of new.
What is that? Not the white one with him like in his like he's in black and it's white, but it's like is it
the old one like 20
AI Youngboy? AI Youngboy?
Oh yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, that shit. When I heard that shit, I was like, yeah, this nigga's on. Like,
Dude, I love
stopping.
Youngboy. I don't get how people don't like it. I get it, but
like, I mean, I think it's like one of those things where it's like you're either like on one side of the fence or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like even with like, because one of my goats is like Kanye. You know, and to see like kind of how he's been the past like couple years. I hope the best for that man.
Yeah, his music back in the day was pretty good.
I mean, even like, did you fuck with the Donda album?
Not really.
No.
I listened to it, but I don't know. It was okay. Like, it wasn't bad music, just not something I wouldn't download immediately.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, like, it's definitely a taste thing because he was using a lot of like creative. A lot of the creativity came from gospel music, you know, and I know with gospel, it's kind of like you either like it or you don't, you know, just depending on who you are. But I thought that album was kind of like the first album that he really kind of like at least took seriously in the past like few. I think the only one that I really like enjoyed as a Kanye fan before that was Life of Pablo.
Okay,
you know, and Life of Pablo, that shit, because I love that album because I was going to Atlanta when that dropped. So me and my brother, we listened to it on the plane, and the part where like we listened to it on the plane, and we get in the car, and my mom's like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to play this new Kanye and shit," and like the what is it? The second song is like, when I fuck this model, and she just bleached her asshole, and you know, like I don't know if everybody's like this, but I just cringe when like I hear some cringy ass shit around my mom, like it's just, you know. So I don't know. I think that just kind of ingrained it in my fucking.
I do like that album. There's a few songs off there.
Yeah, is. I don't know, man. I feel like, in one sense, I can understand why he isn't like super heavy in the music anymore, because like before, when he was making all those transcendent ass albums, before it was like he was in the proving grounds, like he had a chip on his shoulder and he wanted to show people that he was really that, you know. But once he became that, it was like that's when all the fuck shit started happening. You know, that's when all the bullshit started to come into play, and I don't know. That shit is wild.
Yeah, I agree.
You seen that boy? You seen that man Trump got arrested?
Yeah, that was wild.
I mean, they trying to get his ass out of there, bro.
Oh yeah.
they trying to get his ass out of there. Like, in that, I feel like, bro, like the state of the world is just crazy right now.
It's
bro.
awful.
Like, so much fuck shit is happening. Like, our country is crazy as fuck. Like, other countries aren't really fucking with us too heavy, you know.
It's really crazy. Like, the world, just how the world is, it's really just going to shit, to be honest.
I mean, shit, like, you think we gonna get taken out by an asteroid or some shit soon? Or you think we...
Nah, I don't think so, but it's just crazy, like, what the world is right now. Like, it's crazy to just be in this time. It's like, we're working a lot just to barely afford a living, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. It's crazy with how many people have to go and struggle with the wages not being as high as, you know, everything else, the cost of living. It's like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, bro, like, cause my older brother, he lives in LA, you know, so it's like, I know that, cause he just finally got to a point to where he was able to kind of not stress too heavily on the money, you know what I'm saying, making money out there. And fortunately for him, he's like in the music business, and it just so happened to pan out like good for him. But at the same time, before, like, he was out there for 3 years. Like, he's been out there for like 4 or 5, but the first 3 years, like, you know, like he was out there grinding. You know, it was definitely like a struggle to be out there and shit. And at one point, like, the gas was almost like damn near like $8 in some places. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
crazy.
I couldn't even fucking imagine.
I was mad about 4.
Exactly, bro. Like, people, Indiana was tripping over 4. Like, them motherfuckers was getting hit. Like, government was not playing with their ass.
No. That's crazy. It's really.
Damn. So did you you listen to that new DJ Drama?
No, I actually didn't.
Bro, that shit, he definitely came on that motherfucker.
Really?
He snapped, he spazzed. He had a track on there with, it was Uzi and somebody else. I forget who the second artist was, but it's fire. It's really fire. It's probably one of the better albums that dropped this year, in my opinion. Him and Tyler, they both dropped on the same day. Tyler's shit, definitely fire. Like, it's pretty much just like a deluxe to Call Me If You Get Lost, like his last album.
Yeah.
So I think after this one is when he's going to try to make a huge adjustment. But I'm really waiting on that boy Travis Scott to drop. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I like Travis.
That Dystopia is very, very overdue.
Yeah, I like Travis, actually.
That shit look rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, damn. So how did you feel when you seen all that Astro World shit happen?
Dude, I was like, damn. Like, it sucks for the people who, lost their lives. It's really sad, but, like, I don't know. It's just crazy to see. Like, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. But I do believe it. And it kind of sucks because I'm a religious person. So, like, I do believe that, the devil is involved with a lot of the music industry. And it kind of sucks. But I love music,
How do you think it plays into it? Like
I do think that artists be, like, selling their souls and stuff, for real.
I think my take on that is that when you say selling your soul, I don't think it necessarily is like a transactional thing, like me fucking you own me, you know what I'm saying? But it's more so like your morals and what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do becomes in question, or comes in question when a dollar sign or a certain figure is like presented with you, you know? And I was actually talking about this on the last podcast that I did about how, like, a lot of people aren't really like fucking with the whole demonic shit that these artists are trying to like present to the public. And I think that it's mostly because these dudes, like, it's such like an obvious ploy to get attention that it just doesn't work anymore, you know? Like, and more so than that, I don't think that if you grew up in a religious home or in like a church environment, like I don't think that that's necessarily like, I don't know, like, I just don't think, like, imagine, like with Uzi, and I love Uzi, by the way, but Uzi with his last performance at Rolling Loud, with him wearing like all the red with the Pentagon belt and like the colored contacts and shit. It's crazy. Sometimes I do wonder, like, what his family has to say. Like, what do they think?
He said, like, in a TMZ like side, like where he found him on the street, they asked him. He actually said he came from a very religious household, supposedly.
I feel like that doesn't make me feel any better about it. No. Actually makes me feel a little worse about it, because I was kind of assuming that he was like his parents were kind of just free spirited and they, you know what I'm saying, didn't align with anything necessarily. Yeah. But to know he came from like a religious background, I know that he understands the divisiveness of religion, because religion can definitely be used in good ways or bad ways depending on who's using it for what. Yeah. So I don't believe that I can't agree with someone who grew up under those same morals and same understanding and the same background that's willing to throw that shit to the wayside just because you think more people are going to watch you because of it. You know, even if you're, and I think Uzi's a good enough artist to make good ass music without having to rely on that gimmicky ass shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I don't agree with it, because I feel like it's almost like he's selling himself short in that sense. Like, you're not, like, you're better than that. That's how I feel. You know, you're a way better artist than to have to resort to doing the shit that people are trying to do just to get on. You know what I'm saying? You've been on. Like, you've made platinum after platinum hit type shit. Like, don't stray away from that. Like, you know, stay true to yourself. I always believe in that, you know. And like with my brother being in the music industry too, he's also like talked to me about like that, like seeing it from his perspective and like being out in LA and seeing just how people not only how people act to a money sign, but how people act to other people. You know, because like a lot of people want to get into those positions. A lot of people want to get put into a position to where they can make some money, because it's a lot of artists out there that are trying to make something of themselves and they sleeping on somebody's couch, you know?
Yeah.
So it's honestly like it's a really messed up double-edged sword at the end of the day, because it's like it almost makes you think that in order to break into that cusp or break into that next level, you have to do something that goes against yourself, you know? And I hope that in your like come up, that we don't ever have to like be presented with that option, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and even if we are, one of the best expressions I've ever heard was men aren't defined by the deals that they take, but the deals they walk away from, or some shit to that effect. You know what I'm saying? But like that shit is crazy. And then it's like, I feel like it's just polluting the minds of like the kids, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I know how much I gravitated to certain artists in high school, but I had a good understanding of like how to discern or how to compartmentalize. Like, just because I listen to drill music doesn't make me want to go fucking shoot somebody, you know what I'm saying? Or just because I'm listening to Lil Peep doesn't make me want to go pop 50 Zans. Like, it's like, but I know other people are more impressionable, and that's the scary part, is like, you know, how many more people are going to be doomed to try to pursue the same things that you're rapping about, and you may not even do the shit that you're rapping about. You may just be rapping some shit just to rap it. But how many people are going to follow those lyrics and try to do what you said is right? You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
It's really crazy, bro.
Exactly, because like, I'm not from no hood or anything. Like, I grew up in the suburbs. But I love trap rap.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, like...
Trap, drill, all that shit. Like,
I love it, dude. Like,
I'll say this. I think the reason that drill music, trap music is just about selling drugs and shit. But drill music, like, about killing people, I really believe the reason that music resonates with people so much is because the person who's talking about it, if they really did what they talked about, they're putting so much of themselves into that song. Like, have you ever heard did you ever listen to Lil Pappy or Young Pappy?
Yes, I did. I only know a couple songs though.
So I think that the reason Young Pappy was so transcendent is because he was really out there like killing people, but the way he rapped about it, it's like he's putting his heart on that track. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's like he's giving you all of it. Like, and it almost feels like like you're going through an emotional roller coaster with him. You know what I'm saying? And I think it resonates a different way. And I think this of all music, but I think all music resonates with people a different way when it comes from a place of like real emotion. You know, like that's why like Lil Peep was as big as he was. That's why Juice WRLD was as big as he was. Like, these dudes. And I'll actually tell a story, but to kind of like sum this up in the perfect way. Back when I was in college, I had this homie. Shout out to Cam. I hope you see this. But I had this homie. His name is Cam, and he like, me and this dude. It was so random how we met. We were polar opposites. Like, this dude's like probably like 5'7", like orange beard, like you know what I'm saying, like white dude. Like, and we were like walking on campus right next to the police station, and I think a cop came out, or a cop was going in, and out of nowhere I just hear him say "fucking pig," and I just started cracking up, you know what I'm saying? So like, we ended up chopping it up. He was cool as fuck, invited me to his crib and shit, and one day he hit me up like, yo, like, I got this plug on some good acid, blah blah blah, do you want a trip? So I'm like, all right, bet. So pull up to his house. We're just chilling, like listening to music in his room, and I put on some Lil Peep, and we're just vibing and shit. And he tells me, he's like, yo, do you have you ever done coke? Do you do coke? And I'm like, nah, like, I've never tried it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's like, damn, bro, I love Lil Peep, but the reason, like, I'm sorry, I'm fucking burping hella, but the reason he gravitated to Peep so hard was because he could relate to the shit that people's talking about in his lyrics, you know,
Yeah.
like how it felt to be just like almost essentially like a degenerate, but making it look good for the public. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is me, this is how you see me, but this is what's happening on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Now for me, I liked his music because I felt like sonically he made, like, his music was different. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot different from the other music that was out at the time, and it stuck out, and I just liked what he was doing on the tracks. But we were able to come together and like really like it kind of like almost in a way like solidified our friendship, and it gave us greater understanding about each other, you know. But I say that to say the music that we listen to is super impressionable, you know, like it could definitely sway people in different ways, and it's like we all gravitate to it for a different reason. But do you want to be pushing the message of like just getting fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Getting fucked up or fucking somebody else up, you know, like that. It just, I don't know. I feel like I can't agree with you. I think that the demonic shit that does like happen, I think it's very, very prevalent in the music industry. And I think it was talked about a lot more back when like the early days of YouTube and shit. Like I always used to watch like the conspiracy theory videos and shit and just fucking get my mind blown. But I do believe that, on the other hand, I think it's two of the same things. I think it's like your morals are on the line, but do you want to get your family out of the hood? And that's where it's like I could understand to a degree where these people are coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end, like, you don't know if these type of opportunities will present themselves again, you know, and you don't want to be the person that's like, you know, like I could have did this, but, you know, I chose against it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be like the dude sitting in the fucking local bar talking about like old football stories and shit. Like, you know, like everybody wants to be the man. So like, that is a tough ass pill to swallow, bro.
No, I agree.
Do you think this AI music is gonna fucking take off?
Dude, that AI stuff, I made a video on it, or a TikTok on it for the page, and like they're making full songs.
Yeah.
And they're like,
this shit ain't for play.
I done heard Kanye on like Destroy Lonely's No Stylist song. I've heard him do like covers for there's a couple others, I forgot. I heard Juice do Hey There Delilah. Like,
what the fuck?
Dude,
that shit probably sounded cold
it
too.
was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but like it's just crazy. I hope it don't take off, because
it will. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Unfortunately, I think so too.
I think it's one of those things that like it's either you're gonna adapt to what life is and what life is becoming, and you could be ahead of the curve, or you could choose to stand by the wayside, hate on it. But I mean, truth be told, I don't think we're too far away from AI generated beat and someone making a hit on an AI generated beat and then them promoting it like, yeah, this is the AI, blah blah blah. Like, I feel like it's gonna become more of an asset for these labels and shit. Like, in the sense that I think, because, you know, like, people have been talking about for a long time that like these like AIs are gonna like take people's jobs and shit. You know, like they're gonna put people, like certain people or a certain class of people, out of work, because like at the end of the day, these AI, they work more efficiently. They don't have to be told what to do. They're gonna do the job like regardless. You know, they don't have like emotions, so they're just gonna do what they're fucking programmed to do. So I don't think that companies are gonna shy away from that, because I mean, at the end of the day, like if all they have to do is pay an engineer or a mechanic to come fix this shit, and this thing works for free, and I may have to spend $2,000 to get this dude to fix it, but I'm making $12,000 on the back end, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm grossing 12. Then I mean, bro, like I think that the world is kind of in a really weird shift. I think things are starting to kind of go towards the direction of like everything becoming like AI, like AI, like needed, like AI dependent. That's the word I'm looking for. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I think it would be best for anybody who is doing like what we do or doing like some mundane job, like something that's very low level and really easy to do,
Yeah.
to just try to like develop a skill or something. Or like with us, it's like, you know, the AI can't take away a human's personality, so I don't think that that will ever like kind of we could ever get overshadowed with that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a lot of jobs that are kind of like turning towards that shit. Like McDonald's for sure. I know even at Amazon, like they have these machines that pre-sort like all of the packages and shit, because it usually be people who would sort the
Yeah.
packages, but now they have machines that sort the packages. Like they're not fully
Jeez.
fully like functional yet, but it's showing you the direction that the company is trying to take. You know,
That's
like
crazy.
it's only a matter of time, bro.
Yeah, dang, I didn't even know that about the Amazon thing.
Yeah, bro. This shit is the world is changing fast, bro, and like these next like 5 years are definitely gonna be like very interesting, especially like with the state of like our country and just seeing how shit plays out.
Yeah.
Like I think I think people can definitely expect a war to happen. 112%. Like a war is definitely gonna happen because our economy needs to be revitalized and it needs to have new money coming in, and the best way to stimulate any economy is through war. You know, so yeah. Hey, shouts out
Crazy.
to hey, I appreciate all my army people. I love y'all, cause
For sure.
I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
I thought about it when I was like 18.
For real?
19, I was like, I did like a year of factory work. I was 19. I was like, my cousin was in the Navy, so I was like, should I just join the military? But I ended up not doing it.
Yeah. What was the deciding factor?
I just didn't want to be away from home like that.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have got to travel hella though.
That's one thing that I kind of look back at now. I'm like, it would have been cool to travel. Would have been working out every day. I would be jacked and stuff.
Come back swole as fuck.
Swear.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, do you have anything else you want to tell people, bro? You got anything new popping out, or you want to promote anything?
Nah, not really. Just to the people who support, you know, what I do and kind of my page and stuff. I appreciate you for real. Like, it means a lot. You know, I appreciate everybody who taps in, likes, follows, whatever it is, you know. Appreciate it.
Hey, you heard it here first.